Ah yes, the country of Russia. A country that is very big and covers 30% of the world's surface. However, countries in Europe, such as the United Kingdom, France, Switzerland, and Germany were all outproducing them in terms of industrial strength. Russian policy was mostly farming, cruel monarchies, and the usual 19th century type of life as a leader. When Nicholas II took power, he would be a key figure for the downfall of Russian monarchism. Let's start with Japan. Japan was dreaming of becoming the strongest empire in Asia. To do that, they would have to take over all of Korea. However, Russia also wanted influence in Korea. To do that, Russia would have to get into Manchuria, then beat the Japanese to Korea. With two colliding ideas, 2 + 2 = war. The Japanese dominated with taking a key Russian port in Korea, making Russia's Pacific Fleet useless. Fun fact, the Russian Navy in the Baltic Sea had to sail all around Africa and into the Sea of Japan, just to lose at Shushmana, a crushing Russian defeat. This was international humiliation, and many countries began questioning allying with Russia, especially the nation of France. In 1905, after long-standing tension with civilians, and the Tsars having rich parties with French nobles, the civilians began an armed revolution, triggered after a peaceful protest massacre. The civilians did well, capturing the capital and seizing key Russian Tsars' positions, until Nicholas realized something. He knew the revolution was not united, and two different groups were revolting: the Democrats, who wanted a Russian republic, and Marxists, who wanted a Soviet Union to unify all workers. Exploiting this weakness, he spared the Democrats and cracked down on the Marxists, then betrayed the Democrats by removing their government official place. He managed to defeat a worker uprising in Poland, and finished off the rebellion in St. Petersburg. Using our revolution checklist, the first revolution was a Tsarist victory. In the following years, Russian economy continued to suffer. The people still hated the Tsar ways of ruling, and after a magic homeless guy named Rasputin was influencing the royal family, a man saw the hatred in Russia as an opportunity, but he still needed an event to happen internationally. And that event came. But before this event, due to hatred for Rasputin influencing royal politics, he was executed. Legend says that Rasputin was still moving in his blanket as he was about to be thrown off a river, but no evidence claims that theory. "Are we sure he's dead?" said one guy. I think so," said the other. Anyway, that major global event is now about to happen, as tensions in Europe boiled over when Franz Ferdinand, a key leader in Austria-Hungary, was killed by a Serbian nationalist backed by the Serbian government. Soon Germany also declared war on Serbia, Russia on Germany, France on Germany, Germany on Russia, and Britain on Germany. Now, Russia needed to prove its Tsarist glory by defeating the evil Germans ruling over Europe. But, as we know, quite the opposite happened. The Russians got pushed back and lost their entire Second Army at Tannenberg, a crushing defeat. Seeing this, the civilians decided Russia needed to change now. So, in February 1917, the civilians of Russia launched their second revolution, learning a lot from their first one. And this one is successful. But this video isn't done yet. There is still one more revolution to turn Russia from a democracy to communism. On March 15, 1917, following the victory against the Tsar, and forcing the Tsar to abdicate, the Democratic Party took over Russia and declared a provisional government, and kept Russia in World War I. In Switzerland, a guy, yes, this guy, was sent on a train by Germany, and went into Finland. He had dreams of communism, not democracy, which the current government was under. With Russians generally not being interested in World War I, and the supplies of Russia gone, and with Germany's invasion of Latvia, the Russians were tired of this all. So, Lenin and his party started the October Revolution. Just months after the February Revolution's victory, they gradually defeat democratic forces, and even the Allied Intervention Force, consisting of the UK, France, Japan, Italy, and America, were pushed back and had few supplies as Lenin cut off supplies.
The Soviet Union continued to rule, causing a famine started by Lenin. He later took control of the foreign-based economy and turned it into an industrial economy. Lenin would soon be on his deathbed, and with Stalin taking over, the world would be dragged into a major hegemony race to see which system dominated. Yes, I'm talking about the Cold War. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give a like and subscribe. Sorry I had to use my real voice and it might have sounded weird, but the AI voices were glitching. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But anyways, the next video I'm going to be talking about is a bit controversial, I would say. Huh? What's that? Oh, I think it's the Suez Crisis. Oh Lord, I'm about to get a lot of hate comments.